Hello dear students, welcome to another video on my channel. In this video, the topic that we are going to discuss, that topic is, right, bulb. Yes, bulb is a very small topic which is usually given in the topic of current electricity. Yes, it comes under current electricity, and sometime question comes in the NEET as well as in JEE exam related to bulbs. So today we are going to discuss A to Z for bulbs, means everything we'll discuss related to bulbs. Okay, we'll start with some basic points, we'll discuss the concept of bulbs, and then we will see how to solve some typical type of numericals on the bulbs. In this video we will also solve some numericals based on bulbs. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start now. When you come across the questions related to bulbs, so usually the starting of that question will be somewhat like this, that there's a bulb, there may be 2 or 3 bulbs also. There's a bulb of 220 volt, 330 watts. This kind of a values are given. It's connected. So let's discuss first of all what these values actually means. See, this 220 volt which is first of all given, this is known as a rated voltage. It's a rated voltage. Okay. Now what do you mean by this? Actually, every bulb has a capacity to withstand maximum a particular voltage. The bulb cannot handle voltage more than that. So suppose this bulb is there which can handle the maximum voltage of 220 volt. It cannot handle the voltage more than 220. It can handle less than 220. If you apply voltage less than 220, it will glow but brightness would be less. But more than 220 when you apply, it will fuse. So 220 is the maximum voltage that it can handle. So this voltage which is mentioned in the first sentence, it's always a maximum voltage that it can handle, and this is known as rated voltage. And now then 30 watt, as you can see this 30 watt which is given, it is given along with a rated voltage, so it is known as rated power. Now what do you mean by this rated power? When you apply the voltage of 220 volt, which is a maximum voltage that bulb can withstand, when you apply 220 volt, at that time it will consume the power of 30, otherwise no. If you apply less than 220 volt on the bulb, the power consumed will also be less than 30. So 30 would be consumed if you apply the voltage of 220, otherwise no. So this is known as rated power. Now how do we use these two values? Now everybody remembers this formula, that V square upon resistance gives you the power consumed. It's a formula for basically power consumed by resistance. Okay, here bulbs are also considered as a resistance only. We can consider that bulb is kind of a resistance. Now here, if suppose this V I put as a V rated, that means rated voltage has been applied on the bulb. This R will be the resistance of the bulb. In that case, when you apply rated voltage, I told you that power that it will consume, that power will be rated power. So power will be rated. So this kind of a formula is there. This formula is used to calculate the resistance of the bulb. From here I can calculate the resistance of the bulb. So always remember, resistance of the bulb is given by this formula, V rated square divided by P rated. So in our example, I can say the resistance of the bulb will be 220 square divided by 30. Right? This is the way you had to, first step is in the problems based on the bulb. First step is you should always calculate the resistance of the bulb. Got it? Okay. Now after that what we have to do, let's see it. Okay. Now let's see some numerical based on the bulb. Okay. See, suppose this kind of a question often comes in the books. 2 bulbs are there of different power, 50 watt and 100 watt. See here rated voltage is not mentioned. That means both bulbs have same rated voltage, which is 220 volt. Usually in India, all the bulbs are made with a rated voltage of 220 only. Because in India, in our houses, we get a AC voltage of 220 volt RMS. So if not given, we have to assume that 220 is the rated voltage. So both bulbs have same rated voltage, that is 220, but powers are different. That means resistance of these bulbs will also be different. They are connected in series across the main supply of 440 volt. See, these bulbs can handle the maximum voltage of 220, but what we are supplying is supplying 440. So definitely bulb will fuse, but here one bulb is not there, 2 bulbs are there. Okay, so they will share some potential difference. Which bulb will fuse, we have to find out. So in this type of problem, the first step is we would draw a diagram to understand the situation. See the diagram. See, let's say these are two bulbs, B1 and B2. The powers are 50 watt and 100 watt, right? And then here the voltage of 440 has been applied. This is 440 volt, like this. Now since the bulbs are in series, definitely current passing through them will be same. That is I current. Okay, like this. So this kind of a circuit diagram we need to draw. Now suppose the voltage across the first bulb is V1, voltage across second bulb is V2. Definitely V1 plus V2 would be 440. Total potential difference V1 plus V2 would be 440 volts. Now in order to find out that which bulb will fuse, we have to find out the voltage across any bulb. Suppose if I find voltage across first bulb and this voltage comes to be more than 220, then that first bulb will fuse. If the voltage across second bulb comes to be more than 220, then second bulb will fuse. So in order to find which bulb will fuse, we have to find this potential difference V1. Now to find potential difference V1, we will use Ohm's law. We need current also for that. We need first of all current. Now to find current in the circuit, we need resistance first of all. Okay, so first step is always similar, that you have to find resistance of the bulb. Look here, the resistance of the first bulb will be, here I am writing directly 220 square divided by 50, that you can understand. Resistance of second bulb would be 220 square divided by 100, right? We can solve it further, but no need. Later on we will solve it, so we'll keep it as it is. So these are the resistances of two bulbs. Now if I apply Ohm's law but on the entire circuit, first of all I'm applying Ohm's law on the entire circuit. Why? Because I want to find out this current. Okay. So Ohm's law, if I apply to entire circuit, will be current total will be equal to voltage that is applied on the circuit divided by total resistance of the circuit, right? This is nothing but Ohm's law. So here applied voltage is definitely 440. Resistance total will be R1 plus R2. Correct? Are you getting it? Okay. Now resistance that you can check. Resistance is 220 square. It's given that it is 220 square divided by 50 plus 220 square divided by 100. Okay. Here at least the 220 square I can take common as outside, and then table of 220 I can apply on 440. Okay, the little bit calculation you need to solve, it will ultimately come 2 divided by 220 in the bracket 1 by 50 plus 1 by 100, isn't it? This is a current, right? We can solve it a little bit further. Okay, here we can take 100 as a LCM, okay, and solve it a little bit further. I am going here now. So it is 1 upon 110. Okay, and the table here 100 will be there, and upward will be 3 like this. Okay, so it is 100 divided by 330. Correct? This is amperes. This is a current that is running in this circuit. Okay, so understand, it's a simple calculation. We got the current. Now once we got the current in the circuit, okay, then we can find voltage across the first bulb. Voltage across first bulb can be given by this formula. It's again Ohm's law, which is applied on the only first bulb. Okay, so current is, as we have already found, current is 100 divided by 330. Resistance of the first bulb is 220 square divided by 50. Correct? So just apply the tables now. It's like this. It's 2 into 220 into 220 divided by 330. Right? This you can understand. It will be a table of 11 will be applied. 4 into 220 divided by 33. Sorry, 4 divided by 3. Okay. So this is a voltage across first bulb. Definitely if you calculate this voltage will be more than 220. It's 4 out of 3 of 220. It's definitely more than 220. So first bulb will definitely fuse. On the first bulb, voltage is more than 220. Now if you calculate voltage across second bulb, it will be less than 220. Okay. See, second bulb will not fuse. You can calculate voltage across second bulb. How can we calculate voltage across second bulb? It will be 440 minus voltage across first bulb. That you can do. So if voltage across first bulb is coming, this one, it's definitely more than 220. So it's first bulb which is going to fuse, right? Here now I'll tell you one shortcut trick to solve this kind of a question. In this type of a problem, the bulb whose rated power is less, that bulb always fuses. Yes. Here 100 watt and 50 watt. So 50 watt is a lesser power, right? So this bulb with a lesser rated power, that is 50 watt, will always fuse. Got it? Now we'll go for another type of questions on this. Okay, so on the bulbs you can get this kind of a question also. Let's see the question. Here is a figure which shows 3 lamps, that is L1, L2, L3, and if L1 bulb fuses, it get damaged. Okay, then how the brightness of the other 2 lamps, that is L2 and L3, will change? That means for which bulb brightness would increase and brightness would decrease. And here all the bulbs are identical. Okay, now here nothing much is given. It's given that all 3 bulbs are just identical. So obviously resistance of bulbs will be same. Let's say each bulb has a resistance of R. Okay. Now students often get confused with this kind of a question. So you have to approach it with a very systematic manner. See how to do it. First of all, assuming that L1 is connected, first find out the resistance of this circuit. This R and this R are in parallel. So overall this resistance of these two become R by 2. And then R by 2 will be in series with R. So it become R plus R by 2, that is 3R by 2. So total resistance of this circuit is 3R by 2. Okay. It is before L1 get fuses, before fusing. Okay. Now take this. Now the voltage across the circuit is V. If you do like this, voltage divided by resistance of the circuit. Voltage applied divided by resistance of the circuit. You will get a current. So just current, if you calculate, is 2/3 of V by R. It's a current. Now this current will flow here, over here. This current will flow through this bulb, that is L3. After coming here, the current will equally divide into 2. Therefore this current I'm writing I, so here it will go I by 2 and I by 2. Why dividing equally? Because these 2 bulbs are having same resistance. So these both branches are having same resistance, so current will divide equally. So according to this current, the brightness will come. See, the brightness of any bulb depends on the power that it consumes. Brightness depends on the power that it consumes. And here I can apply the formula for power as I square into R. Okay. So resistance of all the bulbs is same. So brightness would only depend on the current in the bulb. Okay. So current we have found out. According to these currents, the brightness will be there. So we can say L1, L2 are carrying same current. That's why brightness of L1, L2 will be same. And L3 is carrying more current, that is I, which is this much. So L3 will be more brighter. Okay. Now, if suppose L1 get fuses, means this bulb is now removed. Current cannot pass through this bulb because it got fused. Okay. So what happens? You just simply remove it. So now what happens? Only in the circuit, these 2 bulbs will be there in series. So the total resistance of the circuit will be now R plus R, that is 2R. Now after fusing, the total resistance of the circuit will be 2R. Always go for resistance first of all. Now current in the circuit is given by voltage divided by resistance. So voltage applied is V, resistance is 2R. So as you can see earlier, current passing in the circuit was 2/3 of VR, 2/3 of VR, and now it is half of VR. You can compare these 2 currents. So you can understand this current has now decreased. This main current which is passing now, this current has decreased. If this current decreases, definitely the brightness of L3 will decrease. The L3 brightness will decrease because current has decreases. See, understand very carefully. This bulb has been removed. So these 2 bulbs are there in series. So total resistance become R plus R, that is 2R. So current in this branch, current running over here, Here current will not bifurcate, current will not split, the current will flow this way now. This current is given by this one, half of V by R. Okay. So current, obviously current which is passing through L3 lamp, it was earlier this much, now this much. So brightness of L3 will decrease. Now we want to check the brightness of L2. So initially, if you remember, initially the current through L2 was I upon 2. This was I. Okay. So current which was passing through L2, initially it was I by 2. That is half of this. Half of this means 1/3 of V by R. This was the initially current passing through L2. I took half of this. Okay. This was the current passing, 1/3 of V by R. Now current passing through L2 and L3 will be same. Same current will pass through them. That current is this one. Okay. So it was earlier it was 1/3 of V by R. Now current passing through L2 lamp is half of V by R. From 1/3 it become 1/2. That means it has increased. So current through L2 has increased. So brightness of L2 will also increase. So this is the way brightness of L2 and L3 will change, and the brightness of L1 remain as it is. Clear? So this kind of a questions are there on the bulbs. Okay. If you still have any confusion related to bulbs, you can do mail me on my mail ID. I will solve it for you. Okay. Till then, bye bye. In the next lecture, we will meet with some new concept.